Hello there and welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly updates on events and issues in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Our top story tonight: NNPC Limited eyes 2 million barrels per day oil production by year end as current daily production output reaches 1.8 million barrels. The national energy company promises to sustain the momentum by accelerating crude oil production recovery and growth. Also on this episode, a promising gas sale purchase agreement between NNPC Gas Marketing Limited and Dangote Refinery for a 100 million standard cubic feet daily gas supply. And there are discussions on the table by industry leaders to address Nigeria's energy security, sustainable growth, and affordability. NNPC Limited outlines its vision for Nigeria's energy future through sustainable gas initiatives. Details of these stories and more in a moment. Please join us again. Thanks for staying with us. Now, in a notable stride towards revitalizing its oil production capabilities, NNPC Limited recently announced an impressive leap in crude oil output to 1.8 million barrels per day. This achievement was announced during a press briefing at the NNPC Towers in Abuja. The ramp-up in output underscores the company's robust efforts to meet national production goals and aligns with the mandate given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here's a report.
At the center of the output recovery agenda is the objective of hitting the target of 2 million barrels per day by the end of the year, opening new avenues for economic growth and energy security in Nigeria. But for the chairman, NNPC Limited's board of directors, Chief Pius Akinyelure, the aspirations should not be restricted to 2 million barrels per day, stressing that there was need to translate the new output figures into cash flows that could help facilitate effective planning.
I'm particularly happy because everybody has been yearning to be at this level. We know the economic impact it will generate into our income. This is just the beginning. We want to see more landmark accomplishments at this level. We say big thank you to our management team, our staff, who have done so well to be at this level. The rule is we should make sure that we do not fall below this level any longer.
The Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Heineken Lokpobiri, commended NNPC Limited's production growth trajectory. According to him, the development would enhance the nation's economy and also position Nigeria as a formidable player in the global oil market.
And today, I'm excited, that our very hardworking team, led by GCO, has been able to deliver, on the mandate given to them. A few months ago, I recall that, we set up a war room, with a view to ramping up production. Our national oil company has been able to, to show that we can do 2.5 million barrels within the shortest possible time.
NNPC Limited's Group CEO, Mr. Mele Kyari, attributed the success recorded so far to the efficacy of the production war room, an initiative launched to tackle the operational challenges faced by the sector. Under Kyari's leadership, the team has effectively steered the production recovery process, projecting that both collaboration and innovation are essential for sustainable growth.
I would like personally to congratulate our team members for the great work that they have done, including our partner members across the assets, in all the companies that we have relationship with, where we even operate directly, specific tax have been allocated. And as a matter of fact, we have a contract with each one of us, including myself, on specific targets that things must be done, and we have met nearly all the targets that we have set for ourselves, and we have a line of sight of what will happen tomorrow, and you'll get that from the briefing that will come shortly. Otherwise, I'd like to thank all of us. It is possible to get things done. It is possible to achieve the high production And with all the help and support that we have across board, from the Minister to Mr. President to the government security agencies, we have a line of sight of what progress means and will achieve progress.
Mr. Lawal Musa, the coordinator of the War Room and senior business advisor to the group CEO, provided insight into the collective efforts that facilitated the surge in oil output.
We are grateful that we have crossed a line of 1.8 million barrels per day. This is a significant milestone for a very long time. We have not been able to achieve this. And concurrently, Honourable Minister, we have also crossed 7.4 BCF of gas. This is monumental. We have never expected that this is possible with your push, with your charge, and with the clear leadership in NNPC today. The entire team is fully aligned and committed to delivering greater value, and we're committed to delivering 2 million barrels by the end of the year.
He added that at the inauguration of the production war room on June 25, 2024, production stood at 1.43 million barrels per day, but with concerted efforts, the production was lifted to 1.7 million barrels per day by August, culminating in the current production rate of 1.808 million barrels per day in November. This output growth exemplifies NNPC Limited's commitment to revitalizing the Nigerian oil sector while instilling confidence in its stakeholders. Amidst these achievements, the company's leadership remains ambitious as Mr. Kyari expresses unwavering confidence in surpassing the 2 million barrel per day threshold by year end, attributing this to the ongoing momentum and collaboration with stakeholders, particularly from the security sector. This optimism is not just a fleeting sentiment, it is a calculated projection grounded in strategic partnerships and operational efficiency.
For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down in its mission to provide a safe, sufficient, sustainable and cleaner fuel for Nigerians.
Each year, the United Nations convenes the Conference of Parties known as COP, where it brings together public and private sector leaders to galvanize action towards mitigating global warming and climate change. The 29th edition, with the theme Invest Today to Save Tomorrow, has seen global leaders converge on Baku, Azerbaijan this year to drive the conversation and compel action around climate change, sustainable targets, and energy transition. NNPC Limited took part in key discussions and networking sessions with stakeholders and investors where they spoke on decarbonization, sustainability, and efforts to boost Nigeria's energy security.
The 29th Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29, kicked off on 11th November and is billed to hold up to 22nd November 2024. NNPC Limited's team has so far participated in the Energy Day session on decarbonizing the oil and gas industry. Organized by the Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter (OGDC), the session highlighted progress and challenges in reducing emissions within the sector, starting from COP28, which held last year in the United Arab Emirates, where the OGDC kicked off. The session also featured updates from the OGDC Secretariat on the COP28 Charter, the highlights of the OGDC Progress Report, recorded keynotes and panel sessions featuring leaders of major global energy companies. Key themes included achieving net zero emissions, industry collaboration with NGOs and governments, and actionable strategies to reduce Scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions. The session concluded with a call for accelerated action and stronger partnerships to drive decarbonization ahead of 2025 and beyond. In one of the interactive panel sessions, NNPC Limited's Head of Sustainability, Mr. Chinedu Igwe, joined global sustainability leaders to discuss the topic, gaining momentum, assessing the progress made towards methane emissions, reduction, and measurement in the oil and gas industry. In his submission, Igwe stated that NNPC Limited was responsible for energy security for Nigeria as enshrined in the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, ensuring energy availability, accessibility, and environmental sustainability. He further explained that environmental sustainability guarantees NNPC Limited's long-term presence in the energy sphere. Igwe said the company has partnered with Oil and Gas Decarbonization Charter (OGDC) to help accelerate the decarbonization process in its operations and reduce carbon and methane footprints. Every edition of COP29 represents a critical moment in international progress and cooperation, an opportunity for countries world over to align and forge collective action around a shared purpose. NNPC's committed presence at the conference attests to its shared purpose and continual search for innovative solutions to address Africa's challenges of energy security, climate change financing, adaptation and resilience in the energy transition mix.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
More discoveries of pipeline vandals have been recorded in the last 1 week, with prompt action taken by NNPC and its partners. Here's an update on the ongoing war against crude oil theft and infrastructure vandalism by NNPC Limited.
The war on crude oil theft is on, and the industry-wide security collaboration on hydrocarbon infrastructure continues to record remarkable progress. Footage from Eteche and Igbo in Rivers State reveals vandalized pipelines spewing large volumes of crude oil into the surrounding areas. An ecological disaster with devastating consequences. This act of sabotage shows the persistent challenges in the fight against crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism. In Bayelsa State, at Kasama, an attempt to hacksaw a pipeline was captured by security forces, with a similar sight recorded on Owando Pipeline to Brass at Oboingbiri. A failed illegal connection caused spills along the same Owando Pipeline at Manson Kiri in Bayelsa State, while additional incidents were recorded at Kasama and Kulatu in Rivers State. All illegal connections have been disconnected and repairs carried out. Security forces also dismantled illegal makeshift refineries at Asa, Kulatu, Bile, and Tombo 4 in Rivers State, as well as Oza West in Abia State. Further discoveries were made in Rivers State, where crude oil stored in sacks and hidden in ponds and creeks were uncovered by security personnel at Ngbede, Egbema, Oigbo, Okaki, and Omoku. On land, vehicles loaded with stolen crude oil were intercepted and confiscated at Koko Camp and Ugeli North in Delta State, as well as Ebocha and Okoloma in Rivers State. On water, wooden boats carrying stolen crude oil were seized at Buguma Southeast, Omuku, Obiaku, Oigbo, Bile, Ebocha, Tombo 4 in Rivers State, and Letubene in Bayelsa State. Between the 9th and 15th of November 2024, a total of 272 incidents were recorded across the Niger Delta region, 123 in the Central Corridor, 88 in the Eastern Corridor, 31 in the Western Corridor, and 30 in Deep Blue Water. In total, 43 suspects were arrested during this period, and all of whom have been handed over to government security agencies for further investigation. These detections were made possible by the joint effort of NNPC Limited's Command and Control Centers, Tantita Security Agency, Shell Petroleum Development Company, Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, Maton Engineering Nigeria Limited, Owando PLC, Pears Energies, and Government Security Agency. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war against crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good.
You're watching Energy and You. Let's take a short break here, but there'll be plenty more when we return. Please stay. You are still watching Energy and You. The Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists hosted its 42nd Annual International Conference and Exhibition recently in Lagos. This year's theme focused on resolving Nigeria's energy trilemma, that is, striking a balance between energy security, sustainable growth, and affordability. NNPC Limited took the lead at the various panel sessions during the event.
The Nigeria Association of Petroleum Explorationists, NAPE, once again brought together industry leaders, stakeholders, and innovators for its 42nd Annual International Conference and Exhibition in Lagos. This year's theme, resolving the Nigeria energy trilemma, energy security, sustainable growth, and affordability, underscores the urgency of addressing critical energy challenges facing the nation. While giving his keynote address, the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari, outlined the company's comprehensive vision for Nigeria's energy future, reiterating NNPC Limited's commitment to addressing the energy trilemma by ensuring security, affordability, and sustainability. He highlighted key initiatives such as plans to deliver 12 compressed natural gas CNG mother stations and mini LNG plants within the next 6 months and expand Nigeria's gas infrastructure. While acknowledging President Bola Tinubu's efforts to reduce forex pressures and boost local refining, Kyari emphasized NNPC Limited's supply of over 1.6 billion standard cubic feet of gas daily to the domestic market, stressing that it will continue to strengthen local refining capacities and retail networks while collaborating with private refineries to ensure affordable and sustainable petroleum product supply.
What does it really mean? The NNPC will guarantee energy security for our country. That means that we must lead in the production of oil and gas by every means, through partnering, direct investment, and anything else that we can do to make sure that there is domestic production of both oil and gas so that we can utilize them locally and we can also export them to make money so that we can expand the economy in other sectors.
He also addressed allegations that NNPC was hindering domestic refinery operations, stressing that the claims were false. He affirmed that the company's investments are geared toward enhancing domestic production and diversifying revenue streams. Other highlights of the event included panel sessions featuring seasoned industry experts who explored innovative solutions to improve energy access, enhance sustainability, and foster economic growth. The sessions provided a platform for knowledge sharing and collaborative problem solving. NNPC Limited also showcased its achievements and ongoing projects at its exhibition booth. Delegates had the opportunity to interact with the company representatives and gain insight into NNPC's role in driving national energy security. NNPC Limited is driving the transformation of Nigeria's energy sector to one that promises security, sustainability, and affordability for all.
The NNPC Gas Marketing Limited, a subsidiary of NNPC Limited, has successfully executed a gas sale and purchase agreement with Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals. The agreement, signed by both companies, is a 10-year deal set to boost local production and promote industrial development. This major milestone is in line with President Bola Tinubu's policy of utilizing Nigeria's abundant gas resources to revamp the nation's growth and kickstart its economic prosperity.
The Managing Director of NNPC Gas Marketing Limited, NGML, Barrister Justin Eziala, and the President, Chief Executive Officer of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, signed the 10-year deal at the corporate head office of Dangote Group in Falomo, Lagos State. Under the terms of the Gas Sale and Purchase Agreement (GSPA), NGML will supply 100 million standard cubic feet per day, 500 million standard cubic feet being firm supply, and the rest, 500 million standard cubic feet per day interruptible natural gas supply to the refinery for an initial period of 10 years with options for renewal and growth. This development, which sees a huge investment of this nature, paired with zero capital expenditure outlay capex, has been described by many as unprecedented in the history of NGML or any local gas distribution company in the country. This also outlines the supply of natural gas for power generation and feedstock at the Dangote refinery in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos State. This collaboration is a significant step toward ensuring the operational success of the Dangote refinery and enhancing Nigeria's domestic gas utilization. The partnership could set a precedent for future engagements where local resources are optimally utilized to foster economic growth, reduce environmental impacts, and enhance Nigeria's position in the global energy market. NNPC Limited through NGML continues to lead efforts in promoting the use of domestic gas to support industries and businesses nationwide. It is also a further proof of NGML's unwavering commitment to business excellence and fulfilling NNPC Limited's core mandate of ensuring Nigeria's energy security through the execution of strategic gas projects across the country.
Here's a summary of the major global energy stories for this week. Oil prices increased on Monday after fighting between Russia and Ukraine escalated over the weekend. However, markets were impacted by worries about fuel demand in China, the world's second-largest consumer, and predictions of a global oil surplus. Brent crude futures gained 18 cents to sell at $71.22 a barrel. Italy's biggest utility, Enel, says it would raise its minimum dividend for the 2025 to 2027 period to €0.46 per share from €0.43. This is in order to simplify its investor reward policy. In its updated 3-year plan, the state-controlled group said it would invest around €43 billion, that's equivalent to $45 billion. This is €7 billion more than envisaged in the 2024 to 2026 strategy. Market reaction was muted. Shares in the group opened up 0.7%, but then turned negative and were down 1.1%. That's slightly better than the negative Milan's blue chip index. British oil giant BP is slowly returning to its roots as a big oil and gas player, with growth story to match its rivals. This is a complete turnaround from an ambitious plan made 5 years ago to transform itself from an oil company into a business focused on low-carbon power. The move is a bold attempt to revive its share price and allay investor concerns over future profits. Their change of direction reflects two major developments: the energy shock from Russia's invasion of Ukraine and a drop in profitability for many renewables projects. This is due to spiraling costs, supply chain issues, and technical problems. And that's our show today. Many thanks for investing your time with us. If you missed any part of the show or previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. And remember to follow us on all our social media handles to get updates of all the activities of NNPC Limited. Thanks again for watching. I'm Egusa Igumbo. Bye for now.